So, you don't get much more definite than Shooty Gatwa coming on Graham Norton saying that he's going to be filming Doctor Who next year, season 3. So I really am dying to see what the haters have to say, and the bad Whovians and all the people that want it canceled. How could they spin it still that Doctor Who isn't commissioned when the star of the show comes out and says he's filming Doctor Who next year? You can't get more definite than that. The actual doctor coming on Graham Norton tonight saying he's going to film season 3 of Doctor Who next year, like I've said. But this is where you have to understand how things work in Hollywood or in, streaming services. If you think you know it all and you're going to make a YouTube video, you got to know what you're talking about. And if you think that they're waiting by the phone to say, hey, Doctor Who's commissioned, now you could go. No, it doesn't work like that. The public is only privy to know what they want you to know, okay? They have to do stuff in advance, or else, they run the risk of not having the product available on Disney Plus for a year. So, of course, Disney knows this. Doctor Who is not in jeopardy of cancellation. So they don't really, it's not like they have to make an announcement. It's like, whenever we watched, let's say, Cheers on NBC, did they announce, oh my God, there's going to be another season of Cheers? No, it's just like you expected it. Another year, unless they said otherwise, you always expected the show to return. They never made no grand announcement. There's going to be a season 2. There's going to be a season 3. It's only because now the age of the internet and YouTube and all these platforms where all influencers make videos, right? They think they change the rules to fit this, and it's not. So Doctor Who was never in jeopardy of being canceled. Disney backs its product. They paid Russell. They just didn't want him to announce it. And that's fine, not wanting him to announce it, because you know what? Why would they want to deal with... You see all these videos and all these people hating on Doctor Who. Why would you want to deal with those fans when you're dealing with the Acolyte, you're dealing with the MCU? And yes, they're making mistakes. I'm not going to say they don't. Like, Disney Plus is making a lot of mistakes. They're making a mistake with the Acolyte. They're making a mistake with, I feel, Captain America should not come out. With the Falcon, Sam Wilson, like that should not come out. That's a Hulk movie, and it should be a Hulk movie, and it shouldn't be. Hey, what's up, Unknown? Hey, what's up, Fireballer? They're not allowed to make a Hulk movie, so they're making a Hulk movie without announcing it's a Hulk movie, and they're using Captain America to do it, Brave New World or whatever, and it's a mistake, and it's a bomb, and nobody wants to. You want to go see Captain America for Captain America stuff. You want to go see it to see Hulk stuff. Just, get the rights, make a Hulk movie, that's it. No ulterior motive. You're deceiving the public. So that's the point, is that I don't agree with a lot of stuff that goes on Disney Plus and Disney in itself. But when it comes to Doctor Who, everybody got it wrong and I got it right. And I'm going to rub it in people's faces, because it wasn't so much that they were saying I was wrong. It was they were questioning my reputation, questioning my character, belittling, defamation of my character, bashing my income, trying to destroy my income. Why? Because I'm talking about a television show, Doctor Who. And do you really need to stoop to those low-level behaviors of releasing my address to intimidate me, to stop doing YouTube and to be quiet? Do you really need to do that to fucking scare the shit out of my girlfriend. Like, really? That's fucked up. And I'm sorry, but I'm allowed to get pissed off when people are messing with me personally. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I like Hulk movies too, so make Hulk 3. You know, get the rights to do Hulk 3. Don't call it Captain America Brave New World. You're going to see Captain America. You want to see how he's transitioning into Captain America, what he's have to dealing with. Does he have to lead the Avengers? That's the wrong script that they got in there. That's the wrong script. It's like, let's just make a movie and put Falcon in it as Captain America and then call it Captain America. But it's not. It's a Hulk movie. It has to do with the leader, has to do with the Red Hulk, has to do with the introduction of other Hulks leading into a Hulk movie. They get the rights. So you're just like using people. You're using, like whenever they had a comic book, right? Like I remember there was supposed to be an Avengers comic, right? And I got the Avengers comic, and the Avengers didn't even appear in their comic, not once. False advertisements, totally. And I even said it to Marvel Comics. That is so messed up. I'm an Avenger fan. I'm getting the comic book, and the Avengers never appeared once in their own comic, just to promote this other team that they want to make a book about in the future, and these new characters. And I'm like, that's disgusting. Same thing happened with the Hulk comic. The Hulk appeared maybe one panel in a flashback in his own comic. That's like deceiving the public. That's totally wrong. So, like, again, we know that this is done, but the one thing that was solid, like I said, was, and everybody got it wrong, was the fact that the ratings were good enough for another season. The ratings make money every day, where you just look at that one day or that 1 week or even the month, but you don't see what Doctor Who makes today in October or November or December, because it never left the streaming service. You had other stuff leave the streaming service. You had Acolyte totally removed. All traces that it existed. You had Indiana Jones movies removed, but you didn't have Doctor Who removed. And the funny thing about everybody else's podcasts is they would make some bullshit thing. Like, first of all, it was apparent they didn't like Doctor Who, what was going on. So they tried to weave their opinion as fact and try to show everybody and brainwash everybody that it's not doing well. Oh, it's atrocious. And even the podcasts that you see, that they do like a little hint of an opposite reaction just to say, oh yeah, they said it. No. You hear it in their voice, their breath, they're bashing the shit out of the show every which way, trying to show it's going to get canceled. But then they have a little thing like, oh, I heard this. Like, they'll say something once. And then when Doctor Who was commissioned, they'll be like, oh, see, I told you in that episode. No. You've been saying all along. Like, just like Tarzone, cancel every damn year. He was always against Jodie Whittaker. Now he fucking loves Jodie Whittaker. Explain that shit. Give me a break. And I've been saying it all along to him that it's not the actress's fault. It's the script's fault, but he was too stupid to fucking realize that. And now all of a sudden he's jumping on the Jodie Whittaker is the greatest thing since sliced bread bandwagon. So anyway, now he don't blame the actress. Yeah, it took him fucking 5 years of biting his own fucking tail, eating his own shit to realize it. But anyway, and I love Jodie Whittaker, by the way. I just didn't like the writing. But anyway, Shibdal, what a disaster. But don't get me started on Thomas Child. But anyway, so I said it. Like, I have a source. I said it. And they're like, name your source. No, because the day I name my source, that means I don't get the information. And you think I'm that stupid? I'm going to be here for years when all these people are not going to be here. You think Tartazone's going to be around for years? No, he's going to be gone eventually, doing his own thing. They're Johnny-come-latelys. They came after me, and they're only temporary until they do something else that makes them money. You know? So that's the point, is that they're all pretenders. They're all liars. And the thing is, I have every right as a human being to be angry when I'm threatened, and I have a temper. When I'm threatened, I have a temper, and I will not stop, and I'll go on and on and on. I'm just walking. I had to make a deposit, and now I'm going to go home and do my gaming. I know everybody in the gaming community is happy about that. You know, and of course, tomorrow I'll make videos about when I see Graham Norton. It's going to be lovely. Shooty Gatwa talking about how he's doing a new season of Doctor Who. And again, all these people too with the, oh my God, there's a gap year. There's a gap year. They're all full of shit. In fact, I made a video because I want to show the connection to all the podcasts that are connected with the TARDIS Zone. Because it's funny how to be cool, like we're kids in school, they like all want to jump down and agree with Noel what a piece of garbage I am, right? And they all took part in some way, shape, or form with either making a comment, talking about me off air, or whatever. They all took part in their own way of trying to discredit me, dishonor me, disrespect me. They can't just have it to live and let live, where they do their podcast, I do their podcast. No. And same thing with Noel. It's always been about him trying to be the top and trying to, hurt other people. And I'm against that. You don't do stuff like that. So that's the point I'm trying to make, is that there's enough room for everybody in the moving community. No, I didn't get breakfast. I ate already, but it wasn't breakfast, it was raviolis. But I'm actually it's winter time. I got my winter top coat on. I pulled that out of the closet. It's freezing. I was talking to Sharon, I'm probably going to have to take the air conditioner out of the window because it's not hot anymore. I got to start putting the heat on. I hate the winter, I do. I love the spring, I love the summer, I love the fall, but winter, I don't like the snow. So, and I dread that. I dread taking the air out and putting the heat on, but what are you going to do? I'm not going to freeze to death. So that's probably going to happen today or tonight. Anyway, so now because of all the abuse that I received, all the hatred I received, I'm going to make them eat it, and I'm going to shove it in their face, and I want to see a lot of apologies. I want to see a lot of things where people are going to regret what they said about me, because I'm the only one that said season 3 was happening. Definitely, 100%. I said commissioned, definitely. Shooty Gatwa, definitely. And then people even get mad that I went against Mr. H reviews. Now let me tell you something about this. I always liked Mr. H reviews. I still like Mr. H reviews. I still watch his stuff. It's entertaining, but he has absolutely no sources, no info, nothing on Doctor Who. And his most successful video, one of his most successful videos ever, was when he said Shooty Gatwa was fired. And he caused a whole huge stir in the Whovian community. And at first I didn't even want to talk about it because it was such fucking nonsense, because I flat out talked to the BBC, my source there, and I flat out talked to people on set. Complete bullshit. And I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want to disrespect Shooty. But then I'm like, you know what? I got to talk about it because I got to defend his fucking honor, because this is fucked up. So all these people coming out like, oh, it's so long with production, and he was always doing a play. He was always doing a movie. We didn't know he was going to do 2 movies, but he's doing 2 movies. He's doing a play. They get time off. Russell was doing the spinoff. I mean, like, this is what they're allowed to do. He's going to come back in February and film. Now, of course, like I said, they're going to film in January, stuff without him. But ultimately, he's filming in February, and season 3 is being filmed. And people are still going to fucking make podcasts today. They're still going to fucking doubt. They're still going to say it's not commissioned. Asshole, wake the fuck up. The fucking star of your show is telling you he's fucking filming. Are you fucking stupid? Are you fucking stupid? He's telling you. He's stopping everything and he's going to fucking film. And he's not going to make anything else. Who would fucking do that? Who would just sit there and not work? And not accept work and not accept movies and not accept everything? Because he's got a job. He's the fucking doctor. He's going to be filming the new season. You don't have to fucking know. The public doesn't have to fucking, like, everybody's all entitled, like keyboard fucking warriors, like, Disney Plus didn't tell me. Who the fuck are you? Nobody, they're not going to tell you shit. They don't need to tell you shit. They just pay for it. But of course, because they got such ridiculous amount of, I mean, I hated The Acolyte too. And I mean, I made fucking video or two about it or three or whatever. But I didn't make it every fucking day, like a video about it. But that's not my, Doctor Who's my main thing. So, but again, they don't want to deal with, they wanted to pick their battles, Disney Plus. And they dealt with the Star Wars fans. They dealt with the MCU fans. They did not want to deal with three fucking factions of fans at the same fucking time. They did not want to deal with the Whovians at all. And they decided, Russell, here's the money, just don't say anything. And then he's like, and again, whenever he talks in code. Because that's the way it has to be. Because, so, he's like, I'm going to hand in all the scripts the end of August. What does that mean? That means that he did scripts and his team did scripts. He had writers doing the scripts besides himself, and they were paid. Okay? Nobody worked for free. You can't work for free because it's against the law, and even in another country, everybody's got paid. You can't do that. So the whole point is that they all handed in the scripts at the end of August. Why? Because he was doing the fucking spin-off. So he had to hand it in for prep work. He has a team preparing where they're going to fucking film, what costumes he needs to make, how much to pay Murray Gold. You know, he's looking at the scripts to make music, you know, like based on it and stuff. Like who they're going to hire. It's not what you think. It's not like, oh, Doctor Who Season 2 is going to air in 2025. They're waiting by the phone. And then when Season 2 is done, they get the call, okay, go ahead, Russell. It doesn't work like that. And anybody who says it works like that, they're full of shit. I mean, I laugh because as much as I like watching other people's podcasts and everything, the blatant lying going on, like, oh, like the one guy's telling me, and I know the truth. And he's like, things have been changed now. No, Dan, no friggin' Dan, things have not been changed. Everything's the fucking same. Everything's the same. They're always gonna fucking film. They're always gonna do season fucking 3. You're talking you out of your asshole. And then on the other podcast too, they're like, we have people on set, and we know, oh my God, they're mad at Russell. They're mad at the BBC. Oh, it may not continue, guys. It may not continue. All bullshit. Complete bullshit to sell their podcasts. They made complete bullshit to make money. And do you think I'm about that, making money on my channel? No, I could have did the same shit. Doom and gloom, hatred, oh, doctors. No, and it would have been bullshit. And I don't do that. I told the truth. Even if it's not making me money, I don't care. Because I'm not going to lie like these fucking worms to promote their fucking podcast on Doctor Who. And I got to tell you, the amount of podcasts out there hating on Doctor Who is fucking sickening. And again, like I said, I don't have to agree with them. They're making money. They know what they're doing. And I'll watch some of them, but I don't agree. I don't agree that's how you do things. And they never report the news accurately. They always report the news based on their opinion of how they like the show. So if they're against Doctor Who, they will look for shit to make it negative and not positive. And I said 100%. And what's 100%? 100% is 100%. So there's no room for error, so you know where I'm coming from. So there's no way around it. I said 100% that season 3 is happening of Doctor Who. my reputation on the line, fine. It's happening. And everybody could never say 100% certainty that it was. So I'm the first one and the only one that said 100%. And you know what? They all danced around it. They all like, and watch their podcast. Watch the way they talk. They're like, oh, things are really bad, guys, right? And they're looking around to each other. They're all like laughing like, oh, this shit sucks. And Shooty's crying. Look, end of the day, they're full of shit. And I was trying to connect the dots. Well, who's connected to the Tartar Zone? Type 40 podcast, Rabbi. Now, they may not agree with no, but they back no. And they back a fucking hater. They back a harasser. And they all took a joke at me. I'm sure. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen people, even when talking to them directly, some of them. They're like, you have to, I think Dan from Type 40 was like, you have to concede that you're wrong. Concede what? I'm not wrong, motherfucker. You're fucking wrong, you stupid ass shit. You're wrong. I'm going to be the one that's right, and you're going to be fucking the one that's going to have to fucking eat crow. I mean, what could you fucking say? You've been fucking hating on the show so much. You want to try to make it like, oh, all of a sudden he changed his tune, like, oh, yeah, season 3 is going to happen, yeah.